The Thrift Savings Plan has hit a new record recently. There are now nearly 195,000 TSP millionaires. What's driving this increase, and what can you learn from these successful TSP investors? Hi, everyone. I'm Ian Smith here with fedsmith.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about this staggering number of TSP millionaires and the success of these current and former federal employees investing in the Thrift Savings Plan. There's a saying, you become who you hang around. And in the Bible, it talks about this a little bit too. There's a proverb that says, walk with the wise and become wise, associate with fools and get in trouble. That's Proverbs 13:20. And you can apply that philosophy to studying the TSP millionaires. That's why I bring it up. It may sound a little off topic, but if you want to become wealthy, do what wealthy people do. That's basically the principle. And so if you want to have a successful retirement, look at what other people who have successfully prepared for retirement are doing. First off, what is a TSP millionaire? Well, basically, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's anyone who has at least $1 million or more in his or her TSP account. This includes anyone under FERS, CSRS, military, etc. Basically anyone participating in the Thrift Savings Plan. As I mentioned, we just hit a record number at the end of 2025, the number of individuals who have reached this important milestone. There are now 194,722 TSP millionaires. The average years of contributions for these individuals is 27.77 years. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. And the largest TSP account is now 9.96 million. So that's quite impressive as well. It's been in the past even higher. I don't know if it's the same person. The TSP doesn't release that information, but in the past it's been over 10 million. Within the TSP, there are now 7,280,829 total participants. And there also, as you can see again from the chart, there are 136,594 participants who are in the 750,000 to 999,000 range. So some of them are on the cusp of becoming millionaires. Now, the number of millionaires in the TSP has surged considerably, especially in the last few years. FedSmith has been tracking these data for quite a while now, going back to 2011. I'll put this table up on the screen here for you to give you some perspective. Back in 2011, there were only 208 millionaires. Like I said, now we're approaching 200,000. So that's an astronomical amount of growth. That's an increase of 93,516% in 14 years. Just since 2020, the number of TSP millionaires has grown by 158%. In 2020, as you can see, it was 75,420. And to give you some perspective, the stock market has done very well in that time, hence the increase in these figures. Since 2011, the S&P 500, that's the index that the C fund within the TSP tracks, it's averaged about 13% during that time. And from 2020 to 2025, it's averaged about 13.7%. If you dig into the figures a little bit more, they're interesting as well. I'll put this table up on the screen for you so you can see. This is a breakout of the balance categories, the number of participants within the TSP in these ranges, approaching 195,000 millionaires now. And they represent almost 3% of total participants. So that's very impressive. The largest number of participants are those who are just starting out. They've been contributing only for about 6 years, and there's over 4 million of them. What these figures show clearly is they reinforce the core message that time in the market is probably the biggest factor in this. You're not going to become a millionaire in the TSP overnight. So what are some of the general principles that TSP millionaires follow? Here are some general factors to keep in mind. As I said, they invest for a long period of time, nearly 28 years of investing and contributing to the TSP on average. So that's over the course of much of a federal career. The contributions are consistent. The more you invest, the more wealth you're going to build. So contributing with every single paycheck, that's something federal employees can do. That's one of the benefits of the TSP, slow and steady. Many of the TSP millionaires also are going to be investing more in the stock funds in the TSP. Those are the C, S, and I funds. The I fund in particular has done very well recently over the past year or so. And I'll include a link to an article in the description that breaks down the returns of the TSP in 2025 for some perspective on that. Also, you have to stay invested through market downturns. Think back to times like COVID or in 2008 when the stock market dropped considerably. That's pretty stressful. If you log into your account and you see your balance dropping every day, that's not easy to look at, and it's hard to stay invested. But if you look at the performance of the stock market over time and you are invested for the long haul and you're not about to take the money out to use in retirement, for example, then over time it will do very well. That's what the data show about the historic performance of the stock market. Also, you want to avoid loans and withdrawals as much as possible. If you borrow money from your TSP account, that's cutting off the growth, the compounding interest effect that money could have. And also taking full advantage of the match. The government matches the contributions you make to the TSP as long as you contribute at least a certain amount. And that's free money, essentially. Now, as I showed in the data from the TSP earlier, the majority of participants in the TSP are not at this point yet. And I'm not presenting all this to you to make you feel discouraged. In fact, the opposite. I want to encourage you and I want you to see this is what can happen over the course of your federal career if you invest slowly and steadily. You will build wealth for retirement. The TSP is a great retirement benefit for federal employees. And again, these data show that becoming a TSP millionaire is not only possible, but a lot of people have done it over the course of their federal careers. It just takes time, consistency, and then the compounding effect of being invested in the stock market over a long period of time. I hope this information was helpful and encouraging to you. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you found it useful to get more updates. And I've also included some links to articles on FedSmith in the description that are related to this topic that you may find helpful also. Thank you for watching.